recognizing the gains, recognizing the, let's say, the implications of the difficulty in getting attention.
Right.
And that's, I know I'm not telling anyone anything new there, but like what I can share with people is that at the highest levels, like where we're spending millions of dollars on advertising, like online every month, we're looking at, like, we will test many different first 3 seconds, right, of a video.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And the reason that we do that is that one of them is going to get a lot more people to stop scrolling than others. And so, like, and if they don't stop scrolling, nothing else matters, right? Like, so, you know, it's understanding in this bigger umbrella, right? It's understanding the rules of attention. That's why I wrote 2 reports about them back in 2007. You know, but if anything, like, attention has just become even more scarce. And so, you know, yeah, the best media buyers out there, they create many different versions of the first 3 seconds, and they're testing each one to see which one grabs people, right? If it's a blog post, you just, if that headline and that first sentence doesn't nail it, you're going to look, you know, if, you know, in an ad, like those first couple words, you know, Jordan Menard, a top media buyer, like, I'll share one of his strategies just real quick, because I bet you it's probably still working Italian. Something that he discovered was that anytime he started an ad, like a Facebook ad with "it's true," ... the click rates went up, and that's because, like, well, what's true, right? And so, and he, you know, split tested it, that versus the same ad just with not "it's true" in front of it, and so that's an attention trick, right? And so understanding that the better that you are at capturing and then holding attention, everything else is easier from that point on. And you can never be too good at that. And then on the flip side of that, recognize that if someone's giving you their attention, they have to walk away from that exchange feeling they got value for their attention. Because if they don't, the likelihood of getting their attention in the future is lower than before, and you want it higher than before. And, you know, I do think that if they're in, and if people who are on here are in a business where they are where their expertise matters, right, then doing a bunch of putting content out there is just insanely important because of the ability to retarget, for the ability to, you know, follow people with ads. I can tell you that, like, it is a night and day difference in the profitability of the ads that we run to a cold audience versus ads we run to the however million people have, like, checked out one of my videos, right? Yeah. And it even could be a 3 seconds of my video. It's not like, you know, long plays, right? Yeah. But even that, because, like, they stop for, like, that is the first level of interest, and that targeted group, right, is very valuable. So I'd also say, like, as I'm thinking out loud here, like, recognize that, like, and these will be subject to change as well, but who you have pixeled is as important as, like, who you have on your list, right? Especially if people are pixeled in, like, numerous, like, you know, on numerous platforms, or with, like, something like AdRoll, at least here in the States, that allows you to target, like, you know, both Google and Facebook and everyone at the same time. But yeah, you definitely need to build a pixel-based audience. You definitely want to focus on the first 3 seconds. Recognize that, like, the game of algorithms for advertising is getting better and better and better. So, like, becoming where the leverage is in online advertising is where it is today, and where it's getting more and more is in the creative side, not in the targeting and all of that. It was always the opposite, but now, like, the best media buyers at Agora, when they go to YouTube, they can't beat YouTube. Like, YouTube, like, tell YouTube just to find me people who will buy this, and it does a better job than the media buyers do, right?
Yeah.
So, it's more and more about understanding that, knowing how important the creative is, knowing how important those first 3 seconds of the creative are, and doing, whatever kind of testing is necessary to keep going.